Is ready.
Hey, welcome to ABC Yoga. I'm Amy. My partner, by the way, it's 12 years today that we've been together, playing our jingle.
That means I've known you 12 years. Wow, that's great.
And we may see an occasional cat. So happy to see you, lovelies. Baja was great. Still have a little Baja belly, which is not so great, but that's part of travel. So let's start in. Sharing is caring. And let me mute all and let's just start on our backs this morning, please. Okay. You too, Frito. Up the volume. So coming onto your mats. Take up a lot of space, stretch your arms out, spread your fingers wide. Take a big breath in through the nose. Make some noise, let it go. Ah. 2 more, we breathe in. Ah. 1 more gorgeous inhalation. Let it go. And we'll bend both knees, hug them into your chest. And just gently rock side to side. Opening up that back body. And then finding stillness in the center. Finding opposite elbows. Maybe it's just your wrists or finger pads this morning, but find that compression of your knees against the chest. Open up those collarbones. And just gently rock your head side to side. Unhinge your jaw. Lick your lips, swallow a few times. And maybe draw your forehead towards your knees. And then taking the head back to the floor. Let's take that 2 more times. So warming up that neck, forehead towards your knees. Open up those shoulders. And forehead back to the, and back of the head to the floor. 1 more time. Forehead towards your knees. Let the head rest on the floor. And we'll extend that left leg. Right knee hugs into your chest. Rotating that ankle in a direction. Nice, and we'll change direction. And then unhinge that knee, wherever that leg is. And you can just gently draw it a little closer towards the body. So you find that place of resistance. Just feeling those hamstrings begin to fire. You can always bend that knee as much as you need to. So as you know, it's not how far you go, it's finding that balance between effort and ease. And we'll just lower that right leg down. Shake it out. And on the next incoming breath, the left knee folds in towards your chest. Twist your ankle in one direction. And in the other direction. And unhinge that knee. Maybe this leg is completely different. And just see if you can draw it till you find that resistance. Back up just a little bit, find that breath. That right leg is relaxed. Nice, and we'll lower that leg down to the floor. And we'll bend both knees again. And we'll rock backwards and forwards. So find the feet to the floor as you rock. Roll back. And then find that foundation with the feet again. 4, maybe 5 rocks. Till we find a comfortable seated position. So cross leg, you can find Baddha Konasana, maybe half lotus. Just notice what your body's asking for this morning. You'll find that balance with your sits bones. And we'll take that right hand out, up and over to the opposite ear, and just gently take that right shoulder and right ear towards one another. Close your eyes, connecting with that breath. And then we'll elevate that opposite hand so you find that resistance or that some sensations. And we'll release that ear. And we'll come to the other side. So big breath in, opposite hand up and over, taking that left ear towards the left shoulder. So we send the breath to the outside of the neck. Relax the jaw. Eyes soft or closed. And for some more sensations, just elevate that opposite hand. Steady breathing. One more inhale. Let's let it go. Both hands to the floor. And we'll twist to the right. And twist to the opposite direction. And one more time each side. Twisting. Other side. And coming onto our hands and knees. We'll open up our hips a little more this morning. So rooting the shins into the earth, just bump those hips side to side. And we'll take that left knee more in the center of the mat. We'll lift that right foot up towards the sky and begin to pulse. The arms are straight directly underneath your shoulders. And firing up those hamstrings for 3, 2, 1. On an inhale, draw the knee to the right shoulder. We lift, we cross. Good morning, Hannah. And take the shin to the floor. So gaze over that left shoulder, really fan those right ribs. We'll take that 3 more times. So we lift the foot, take it to the shoulder, maybe kick the plant, lift, twist, and take the shin to the floor. 2 more. Lift to the shoulder, we lift, cross, shin to the floor, fan those right ribs wide. 1 more. Lift, shoulder, lift, knee to the floor, shin to the earth. Come back to center, but keep that right leg extended now. Hands directly underneath the shoulders, toes towards the floor, and we'll start with the balance. So the left thumb up towards the sky. Now elbow in towards the knee, and we lengthen. 3 more. Squeeze, round, and extend. Last 2. Moving with our breath. This last one we hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend. Lower the hand and knee down. We bump our hips side to side. And we'll take the other side. So that right knee comes into the center. Make sure those hands are directly underneath the shoulders. We bend that left knee, flex the left foot. So the knee is the height of your hips. And just find some pulses. 3, 2, 1. Now we take that knee to the left shoulder. We lift, cross the knee, shin to the floor. Fan those left ribs wide as you gaze at that heel. 3 more. We lift to the shoulder. We lift, cross, unhinge. Last 2, moving with our breath. Gorgeous. 1 more. We lift to the shoulder. We lift, cross, unhinge. And coming back, we'll extend that left leg now, toes to the floor, so rotate around, root through that right shin, that's your foundation. Now the right hand lifts, thumb up towards the sky, back of the neck lengthens, look a couple of feet in front of you. From that stability, we squeeze the elbow into the knee, round the back body, then lengthen. 3 more. moving with our breath, extending, gorgeous. Looks good, Stacy. We round and extend. This one will hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We lengthen, lower, left knee to the earth, and we'll windshield wiper those feet side to side, opening up the side bodies. We find stillness, toes tuck under, lift through those sits bones, and find your first downward dog. Shake out the head, and pedal the feet. Spread those toes wide. And then find stillness in your downward dog. So shake out that head, working from the hands. We draw that earth energy up through the arms, out through the sits bones, a slight bend in those knees. Press your chest a little closer to your thighs and see if you can draw those heels a little closer to the floor. Shake out that head. On an inhale, take that left leg in the center of the mat. The right leg lifts. We'll take the knee to the nose, round that back body, shift the weight over those wrists. Push the leg away and extend. 3 more. We breathe in, we squeeze. Extend, point through the toes. Last 2, rounding and lengthening. Last 1, we round, look right between your hands and find warrior 1. Left heel on the floor, we rise. We'll take our hands on our hips, that right hip back, left shoulder forward, and then extend those arms back up towards the sky. Draw those floating ribs back into the body, maybe gaze up towards the ceiling. So spread those fingers. 1 more breath in, hands release to the mat, right leg back, pause for a beat in that high plank. So give yourself hips distance with your feet, and we'll alternate touching our shoulders before we go to the other side with your hands. So right hand to left shoulder, left hand right. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Downward dog. Eyes towards the back of the mat. Right foot in the center, left leg extends, level off those hips. Now squeeze the knee into the nose and extend, point through those toes. 3 more, we breathe in, we round, we lengthen on the exhale. Last 2, moving with our breath. Find that gorgeous extension. Last 1, knee to the nose, look between your hands. Find warrior 1, right heel on the floor, and rise. So in this position, my hips are on a diagonal. So I draw that left hip back, maybe shorten your stance or take a wider stance between your feet. Now extend those arms. So see if you can draw them towards your ears, spread the fingers wide, maybe gaze up towards the sky. Draw the shoulders back into the socket. Vinyasa, hands to the floor. We take that left leg back, shoulders over the wrist creases, find that foundation with the feet again. I was very curious this morning, hello, and we'll alternate touching our shoulders again. 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward dog, eyes towards the back of the mat. Shake out that head. Warming up that body. Steady breathing in and out through the nose. 1 more breath in. Let's let it go. Look forward, deep bend in the knees. Step, hop, or we jump to the top. Halfway lift. Uttanasana, our forward fold. And then rise. Sip in that gorgeous breath. Let's take a slight back bend and swan dive forward. Take your time. Crown of the head towards the floor. We find that halfway lift. Step or jump your feet back. High to low plank. Elbows hug in. Drop your knees if you wish. A baby cobra or an upward dog. We meet in downward dog. Soft thigh gaze. Our right leg lifts. We find our warrior one. Left heel on the floor and rise. We blossom open into our warrior two. Drop those shoulders, lines of energy out through the fingertips. We'll reverse our warrior and take that left hand the height of your shoulders. So keep bending in that right knee over the right ankle. We'll find our way back into warrior two, your vinyasa. Hands to the floor, the right leg back, high to low plank, cobra or up dog, downward dog, eyes towards the back of the mat. Our left leg lifts. We find warrior one, foundation, we rise, and then open into warrior two. So track that left knee over the left ankle. Our shoulders slide down the back body. We'll reverse, left hand high, then lift that right hand the height of your shoulder. So fan those ribs wide. Keep that left knee tracking over the left ankle into warrior two, vinyasa. Beautiful. Left leg back, high to low. Cobra, up dog. Downward dog, soft thigh gaze. Steady breathing. Feeling the breath in the body. So notice if you breathe just to your chest, encouraging to breathe all the way down to the belly. And you squeeze the air out from the belly. Take one more breath in. Let it go. We look forward, that deep hip crease, step hop, maybe fly to the top. Halfway lift. Uttanasana, forward fold, and we rise. Big breath in. Let's take a slight back bend again. And swan dive forward. So moving with awareness, not trying to get anywhere. Halfway lift, step or jump back, high to low. Cobra or upward dog. Downward dog, soft thigh gaze. So our right leg lifts. Warrior one. We rise. And blossom open into warrior two. We reverse. Back into warrior two for our triangle. So bump the hips back, straighten that right leg and extend, and we'll come back to center. So warming up the body, we reach, slight bend in that right knee, back to center. Two more. So feel those ribs reaching towards the front of your mat. We come back to our home base. One more. We reach, 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 release, and extend that left hand. Spread the fingers wide. Find that breath. So engage in the quadricep. You lift that kneecap. Close your eyes. Spread the toes. Connect with that breath. One more inhale here. Complete that exhalation. Now we take that left hand on our left hip. Slight bend in that right knee into our half moon. So reach forward, use your brick if you need to. That left leg elevates. We flex the toes. So that left hip, notice if it's turned down, you want to stack that left hip on the right. You find that foundation, then you extend that hand. Maybe you gaze up towards the sky. Gorgeous. Two more breaths. One more inhale. On an exhale, we release that left hand to the floor and finding your balance here. So notice where that hip is again. You want to close the hips towards the earth, and we'll just walk our hands a little closer to that right leg. So working on our balance, you start with one hand. You can take it on the ankle, find that foundation, maybe walk that left hand closer. Let that head be nice and loose. You're looking at the toes. And we'll find Bill's favorite posture, Shiva squat. So that left knee comes behind the right. We round and extend. 3 more. With our breath, we round. That left knee nestles underneath the right and lengthen. Last 2. We breathe in and extend. Last one here, we round. Draw that imaginary line underneath on the back of the calf. So we sit down on our sits bones. That right foot is across on that from the left knee. And we take that left hand up towards the sky. And take the elbow outside that right knee. So we breathe in and we twist. Inhale. We twist. Gorgeous. 2 more. Big breath in. You twist. Last full inhale, we twist, and we'll take a counter twist in the opposite direction. Finding your way back into downward dog. Eyes towards the back of the mat. Let's pedal out our feet before we come to the other side. Inhale that left leg high. We find warrior 1. Big breath in. Opening up into warrior 2. Let's reverse. Back into warrior 2, into our triangle. So reaching that left hand forward, we'll draw those bottom ribs towards the front of your mat and come back to center. 3 more like that. So find that extension, soften that left knee a little bit. Shoulders are relaxed. We have 2 more. So make sure those hands, your arms are in the same plane. Notice if one arm is down, you want to have them in a gorgeous plane. Last one, we reach into our triangle. So the left hand reaches towards the shin, right hand up towards the sky. Feel that gorgeous stretch. If it feels good, you look at that upper hand. And let's just close our eyes for a few breaths. So notice if you sway. Take 1 more breath in. Now taking that right hand on your right hip. We soften that left knee, half moon on the other side. So always encouraging you to use a brick if you need to, a strap. Lift that right leg, the height of your hips, and notice what's going on with the hip. Notice if the hip points are turned down, that right hip is on top of the left. That left foot is your foundation. The toes are spread wide. You can extend that right hand up towards the sky. Maybe gaze towards that upper hand. Steady breathing. Gorgeous. 1 more inhale. On an exhale, now the right hand comes to the floor. We close the hip points towards the earth and just find the balance here for a moment. Let go of where that leg needs to go or where you think it needs to go. It doesn't need to go anywhere. Let the head be nice and loose. Bring your chin towards that left shin as you walk your hands a little closer to that bottom leg. Taking that left hand on the foot. I like to take my forearm behind the calf. It gives me that stability. And you just walk that right hand a little closer. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Maybe lift that right leg a little higher. Now we'll find 4 Shiva squats. So that right knee nestles right behind the left. I slightly bend that left knee, round that back body, then extend. 3 more. Moving with our breath. We lengthen. 2 more. Right knee behind left. Extend. This last one, the right knee comes behind the left. You just draw that imaginary line with that right knee. It comes right outside that left foot. So find those sits bones. Bill modifies, which is great, by straightening that leg. Still the same posture. Hip bones are rooted. Right arm extends.
You're the one, Mom.
That I am modified. Elbow outside the knee. Happy anniversary.
Yeah.
We breathe in and we twist. Lift the heart on the inhale. Twist on the exhale. 2 more. We breathe and we twist. One more in breath. Twist over that left shoulder. Let's take the counter twist in the opposite direction. Unwrap those legs. Navasana. So we'll start by taking those shins parallel. Let's everyone support underneath those knees. Open up the collarbones. Lift through the heart so that you've got that beautiful, beautiful, nice spine. You know, we always see those rounded backs from punching over our computers, but lead with that heart. Open up the collarbones, extend those arms. So what's happening with those knees? We squeeze them together to activate that core, and we'll just alternate, lifting up our toes, breathing. We find that foundation, we extend. Last 10, 9, looks really pretty. 5, 4, how are you doing? 3, 2, 1. Now try both legs or support. So we'll cross our ankles, hands by our hips. We try to blast off. We've got 2 more. So stay supported. Maybe extend those arms. Try one leg. Just did that. Find that breath. We cross opposite ankles, hands by our hips. We lift. Last Navasana. So notice if those legs are spread. See if you can zip those knees together. That core activates. We want to generate our energy from the core. The stronger our core, the better our back. A lot of back pain is associated with a weak core. So cross your ankles, we lift, and we'll cycle through a vinyasa. Hands to the floor, step or jump those feet back, high to low plank, cobra or upward dog, downward dog, eyes towards the back of the mat. We inhale to high plank, spin the heels to the left, Vashisthasana. So I'm offsetting my feet today. Left hand is directly underneath the left shoulder, right hand up towards the sky. So when you have that balance, you can add on. So now I'm just going to take the ankles on top of one another, lift through those hips, and take the right hand over the ear. Move from stability. Soften the jaw. One more breath here. Release both hands to the floor. We find our way through high plank, and we'll come to the other side. So heels to the right, Vashisthasana, right hand underneath the shoulders. My feet are offset. I extend that left hand. So I feel solid here. So now I'll just take that left ankle on top of the right, modify by taking that knee, bump the hips up, round that, take the left hand over the ear, round the body like a beautiful rainbow for 3, 2, on 1. Hands to the floor. Let's take a vinyasa or just meet in downward dog. High to low, cobra or upward dog, downward dog, soft eye gaze. Steady breathing. Shake out that head. Keep your hands where they are. We'll walk our feet towards the heel of our hands, but let's find our way into our squat. So our feet are on a 45-degree angle. We lower our hips and take your elbows inside your knee, hands at your heart center. I'll face you. This is one of Cookie's favorites here. So we take that right hand on the inside of the ankle, extend the left arm up. Find that breath. And let's explore taking that left hand behind the body, that left shoulder up towards the sky, maybe the bind for some of you. So the key is the lower the bind, the easier. It's hard to get the arm up if you're here, but if you're down by your ankle, you can find your finger pads, your wrists, and just gently twist. Then we'll come back to center, finding Malasana, our squat. Other side, left hand on the inside of the left ankle, The right arm extends, and it's perfect just to stay right here. Find that extension, finding some relief in your lower back in this malasana, and explore taking the right hand behind. Maybe you just find the back body or working on the bind. Again, you go a little lower. It's hard to get the arm around at your knee, but if you explore by the ankle, maybe you can find the wrist. It doesn't matter. That right shoulder up towards the sky, navel in and up towards your spine. For 3, 2, on 1. Let's release our hands to the floor. We'll lengthen through the legs and just walk those feet out to a straddle position. Your toes are turned in slightly. So about a width of the leg, we take that left hand in front of you, soften the knees if you wish, and we inhale. We rotate the spine up towards the sky. Spread the fingers and drop that right hand so we twist our chest a little greater. And with the exhalation, the right hand comes to the floor. We put it where the left hand was, and we inhale. Breathe in, spread lines of energy out through the fingertips, and maybe drop that left hand a little further. The head's soft, our breath is steady. We'll lower that hand down. We'll take each side one more time. So we breathe in, sweep the hand up, open, ride that breath down. Last one on this side, we inhale, breathe in, expand, open. Left hand to the floor. Turn the left toes out, Skandasana. So that inner groin stretch. The right foot flexes. So we start off easy. I've got the support of my hands, taking the strain out, allowing the body to safely go where it can, where it wants to. Then we'll come to the other side. So that right knee tracks over the toes. We flex the left toes. We lift our heart. And we'll go a little further maybe the next time. So we work our way to the left, make sure the posture's safe. We've already been here. So maybe lift one hand or both hands. Our heart is lifted. And we'll try to the other side one more time. So keep the posture safe, flex the left toes. Start with one hand, let's start easy. Then take both hands, feel the soles of the palm. Now lift the heart. Gorgeous, nice. And we'll come back to center. Turn those toes in slightly. We'll hinge from our hip creases. Crown of the head towards the floor. So for these next few breaths, just let the spine relax, let gravity do the work. You can use your hands to support. You can always put a brick underneath your head. But when the body's relaxed, that's when it opens. So maybe you take a wider stance with your feet. If this is easy, shorten the stance. And I'm going to walk my fingers towards the back so I can take a little more weight of the balls of my feet. My hands are offsetting the weight. Opening up those hamstrings. 2 more breaths. One more inhale. Let it go. We'll come back to center. Find that halfway lift. Take both hands on your hips. We engage our core now. We come all the way up and spin those toes out. Drop those hips. Finding our goddess posture. So we'll take our hands, we'll interlace the hands behind our head. So notice where those elbows are, open them up. We'll take a dip to the right and then to the left. 3 more each side. Opening, other side. The feet are rooted. The elbows don't have to find their way to the knees. You just find that resistance. You fan those ribs. Gorgeous. Last time. opening up the body. So now we'll just twist to the right and to the left. 3 more, gently twisting, rooting through the feet. Last 2. 1 more, twist to the right, to the left. Let's release the hands, straighten those legs, heel toe those feet together. Samastitihi. Hands at your heart center. Find that breath. Quick body scan from the crown of the head. Notice where some tension is. Let it go. 1 more beautiful breath in. Nice long exhale. We'll flutter those eyelids open. And we'll start with a couple more balancing postures. So we'll take a slight change to hugging the knee into the elbow. So we are just going to lift that leg, about the knee, the height of the hips. You can take your hands on your hips. Maybe it's better to extend the arms out to the side. We're just going to open up that knee to the side and then just draw it back in. 3 more. So you have that foundation with the left leg. We're just lubricating that hip, opening it up. Maybe you use the wall. And we'll drop that right foot to the floor. You can release the hands. I'm going to try it holding onto my hips this next time just to see what the change is. But you want to avoid putting pressure on the leg. So use an inhale. Lift that left knee the height of your hips, and we just open. So that firm foundation with the right foot, you're looking straight ahead, taking your time, or just opening, closing, feel that core connection. 1 more, the knee opens, we come back to center, lower the foot down. So adding on, this time we bend that right knee, take the hand on the knee, or reach for the big toe. So maybe this isn't someplace you go to usually. Just see if you can hold here or play that edge. So you extend that foot. Maybe it's just part way. You try easy, not hard, and you'll take that leg open. And we'll just bring it back. So you can keep that knee bent. We're just opening and closing. We've got 2 more. That left foot is really rooting. If you fall out, just come back in. We close. 1 more time. We open. Come back to center. Release then that knee. Lower it down. Last side. Good thing we only have 2 legs. So we bend the knee. Stay here. Hang on to the knee. Reach for the big toe. You can stay here or just play that edge. It's okay if this is as far as you go. Reach that heel towards the front of your mat. Draw that left shoulder back in. And we're just opening and closing. The key to the postures is always looking straight ahead. Taking your time. And moving with that breath. I inhale, open. Exhale, close. Lower that leg down. Shake it out. Samastitihi. Pause and breathe. So we're doing a lot of work on our hips and back this morning. So we're going to add on. We're going to hug that right knee back in towards our chest. And we'll find Virabhadrasana 3. So we'll shoot that leg back. We're going to rock this time forwards and backwards. And then we come back up. Unhinge that leg. Bend the knee. And we kick that leg back, rocking the hips forward and backwards, exploring the different movements that this amazing vessel can do. So kick back. We want to keep everything moving, lubricated as we age.
Hey, what are you talking about?
And last one. So we unhinge, we find that balance, we bend that knee, kick the leg back, come back to center, and lower it down. So we'll do the other leg, but we've opened and we've gone backwards and forwards. So last time, you can take your hands out to the side, see what works for you. So start by kicking the leg back. Our hips are level. It's sometimes great to have your hands on your hips to see if one hip is higher or than the other. We bend the knee, we unhinge the legs, try not to lean back, bend the knee, Virabhadrasana 3, a version of it. So moving those hips, extend. We're using our core, we're finding our balance. We've got 3 more. Take your time. Virabhadrasana 3. Gorgeous. Last one here. We bend the knee, we unhinge, bend the knee, Virabhadrasana 3, and just lower that leg down. Samastitihi. Pause and breathe. Find that foundation with your feet. So we've done all of this opening of the hip, so we're ready for our dancer. So we take that right elbow by our hip, left arm up towards the sky, bend that right knee, find the inner arch of the foot, squeeze those knees together, and just start all the action with the leg. So we've already opened this up several times through different postures. You kick the toes up and towards the back of your space. I've not even moved my chest. Right there, I find the resistance. So now I add the arm. So we equally kick and reach. Take your time. Look straight ahead. That foot starts coming right over your head. Kick and reach. Kick and reach. One more. Kick and reach. Ride that breath up. Or just release the foot. Hands at your heart center. Full breath in. Full breath out. So last side. Left elbow, left hip. Right arm up towards the sky. Right here, we've got a beautiful stretch across our chest. Finding the balance. Find the inner arch of the left foot. You can stay right here. This is a perfect posture. Or go play your edge. So start with the kicking. Toes towards the back of the, up and towards the back of your space. Right here is where I find the resistance. So I'll start pitching my heart forward. Find that core. The fingers come right in line with your eyes. Toes start reaching over the head. Breathing in. You fall out. Just get back into the posture. 2 more breaths. Kicking and reaching. Kicking and reaching. Then inhale. Samastitihi. Hands at your heart center. Let's just pause for 1 full breath in. 1 full breath out. Last balancing posture is we'll just find our traditional tree. The trees are exploding with spring. So let's make our own explosion of our trees. That right foot in the inner left thigh. Find your ankle. And I always talk about the compression of the foot against the thigh. So see if you can press the thigh against the foot. Right there, you stand a little taller. It gives you that balance. You can keep your hands at your heart or raise the branches, separate those hands. Take up a lot of space. Extend, open up your fingers. Beautiful, and we'll bring our prayer to our hearts. Lower the hands to your heart center. That right foot to the floor. Gorgeous. Last one, last time. So the left foot lifts. Take the left foot against the right thigh. Press the right thigh against the left foot. And stand taller. You find that connection with your core. Feel the temperature of the hands as they connect. Notice if there's any sensations. We look straight ahead. Lift your prayer. Maybe keep your hands together in this posture. Draw those shoulders down the back body. I'm going to bend. It's hard to see in the screen here. I'm just bending my elbows, the prayer behind my head, and I'm lifting my hands up. I'm going to do that 2 more times. Just opening up the shoulders, the arms, encouraging those shoulder blades to slide down the back body. We draw those floating ribs back into the body. Nice. Now just lower your hands to your heart. The left foot to the floor. Close your eyes. And we'll meet at the top of our mats. Release your hands to the floor. Full breath in. Let's melt forward. Halfway lift. Step your feet back into high plank. And we'll just lower our knees to the floor, cross our ankles, and come onto our back body. So it's time for our bridges or full wheel. We'll do 3 this morning. And we turn our palms up towards the sky. Let's just gently rock our head side to side, give our head and neck a little more attention. And then keeping the head stable, palms turned up to the sky, moving from our hip points, root through the feet, really use the feet in this posture. From the foundation of the feet, our hip points lift. We walk our shoulders under. And just find that breath. So are you breathing shallow, just to your chest? See if you can breathe all the way to the belly. The belly expands. You squeeze the air out from the belly, out through the nostrils. Let's take 3 more breaths here. See the breath all the way to the belly. Squeeze from the belly, out through the nostrils. 2 more. 1 more inhale. Root through the feet. See if you can lift that front body a little higher. Then as slowly as you can. Feel each vertebra as it connects. You tuck your tail. We squeeze those knees together. We take our hands on our heart. Just appreciating this amazing spring we're having this year. It's exploding in Northern California. Bill was just in Colorado. They got 14 inches of snow on Saturday. So 2 more bridges. Turn the palms up towards the sky. Open up your knees. We initiate always from our hip points. Use those feet. Use the leverage of your shoulders as well. They're externally rotating. And you find that foundation, which what is ever connecting with the floor. I'm going to walk my shoulders in a little closer. If you have that ability to interlace your fingers, use the forearms. That's another touch point to maybe lift that front body a little higher. Your eye gaze is looking straight down the center of your body. What's happening with your knees? Are they open? See if you can zip them closer. Find that breath. Steady breathing. 1 more inhale. Lift the front body a little higher. Then release the hands as slowly as you can. Feel the upper body, that middle body connect, the lower body. We squeeze those knees together. We'll take our hands on our belly this time. Feel the hands lift when you send that breath all the way down. Face is soft. So we have 1 more bridge or wheel. So open up those knees. I'm going to take a full wheel this time. Stick with either of those versions or mix it up. Take your hands underneath your shoulders. We equally root the hands and feet to the floor. Crown of the head towards the mat. And extend those arms. So walking your feet in. Feet are still parallel. Let that head be nice and loose. Engage those knees. Find that breath. 1 more inhale. On an exhale, chin in. Same thing. Upper back, middle back, lower back connects to the floor, and we open up the soles of our feet into Supta Baddha Konasana. So a hand on your heart, a hand on your belly. Begin to slow down that breath. Clean your teeth with your tongue. Lick your lips. And gently rock your head side to side again. Take our hands outside our knees, zip those knees together, and we'll rock and roll. So when I'm rolling, I find the foundation with the feet, then roll back. 3 or 4 rocks. Extend those legs. And we'll take that right foot into the inner left thigh. So from the sitting position, press the left thigh against the right foot. We did this standing up. You can feel the sensation, maybe a little easier here because we've got that foundation with our hip points. The belly is going to turn towards that left thigh. You can extend the arms up overhead, slight bend in the left knee, protect the knee, and just lengthen. Surrender. Relax. Let go. Shoulders pull away from the ears. We flex the left toes. So notice, for me, I feel a stronger sensation on my lower back. I'm sending my breath there. So great for our digestion, bending over here. Massaging that descending colon. Take one more breath here. Let it go. We lift. And we'll keep the working on this side by just taking that heel into the left elbow crease. And we rock the baby with a nice tall spine. And taking that right foot outside the left knee, you keep that leg extended. Maybe bend that left knee. We were here earlier. So the left hand lifts. We take that elbow outside the knee and twist. So lift the heart. Twist over that right shoulder. 2 more, we breathe in. And we twist. 1 more inhale. We twist. Find that counter twist. And just extend both legs. Shake them out. Other side. Left foot into the right thigh. Press the right thigh into the left. Sits bones root. Soften the left knee. Big breath in. Navel over that right thigh. We lengthen. And surrender. Bend the knee as much as you need to. Maybe slow down your breath count here. We always end class with the postures on the floor. They're much more calming, much more grounding. Sealing class from the initial movement of the balance and the other areas that we're opening. So slow down that breath. 1 more inhale. We let that go. Lift your heart on the in-breath. Now taking that left heel into the right elbow crease. We rock the baby. So we really did a lot of hip openers today. A lot of balance. And taking that left foot outside the right knee. Keep that leg straight or bend the knee and find those sits bones. Right hand extends. We take the elbow outside the knee as we twist. Breathe in. We twist. Our heart lifts. We twist a little further. 1 more in breath. Twist. We'll take a counter twist. And extend. For our Paschimottanasana. So we move that extra flesh, full breath in. Slight bend in those knees, hinge from the hip creases into that gorgeous forward fold. And pull the shoulders away from your ears. Soften the face. Maybe bringing your chin a little closer towards your chest so the back of the neck lengthens. You can feel your feet, maybe massage your toes a little bit. Giving the feet a little bit of love. And we'll slowly unwind the spine, and we'll do one front body opener before we end class. So we bend both knees, feet are flat, the hands 6 to 12 inches behind the back body. Root through the feet like we do in bridge. Lift those sits bones. Open up the head and throat. Straighten through those arms. So can you feel your toes here in this posture, the heels? Lift those hips a little higher. We'll slowly lower the sits bones to the floor. Extend those legs. Take up a lot of space. Extend those arms. And slowly, vertebra by vertebra, we come all the way onto the floor. Release the hands. Big breath in. Let's sigh it out. Ah. And open up our ears to let go. We find that next full incoming breath. Let it go. Gently rock the head side to side. Find some twists with the wrists in one direction and then the other. And twist the ankles in and out. As we squeeze both knees into our chest. And give yourself a good morning hug. Allowing those knees to fall to either side of the mat. You can support your hands with your head. Take a full breath in. Let it go. And slowly come to a comfortable seated position. Keeping your eyes soft or closed. And bringing your hands to your heart. Let's seal this class off with one Om. We sip in the inhale. Om. The light within me honors and recognizes the light within all of you. Thank you so much for joining this morning. We missed you. Make it a great day. Namaste. Thank you for the music.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Thanks, everyone.